did because it was that embarrassing. But hi, my name is Courtney, and I'm still really passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. But sorry, I got to be honest, I'm not there right now. And being honest, a big part of why I'm not really there right now is my nutrition sucks. It really does. It's getting better slowly, but this has always been a huge struggle for me. But here's the thing, what we eat, it, it, it can either poison us slowly or it can heal us. It's it's really that simple. So let's talk about anti-inflammatory eating. This information is from WebMD and 131diet.com. I gotta be honest, I'm not entirely sure that website's still up. I probably should have checked, but I did not. So, anyway, inflammation. Well, inflammation is not inherently a bad thing. It's our body's defense mechanism. But there's two types of inflammation. There's acute inflammation, like when you step on a Lego. That hurts like hell, but it's quick, it's fast, and day or two later, your foot's fine. But then there's chronic inflammation. That's where you start running into problems. Chronic inflammation can lead to unexplained weight gain, fatigue, bloating, leaky gut, chronic aches and pains. Hello, I have chronic aches and pains up to my freaking eyebrows. It can also lead to all kinds of diseases, including but not limited to cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which they actually thought I had for a while, um, Alzheimer's. Isn't that crazy? And of course, I'm sure everybody by now has heard of leaky gut syndrome. By the way, did you not know? Did you not know? Did you know that your gut lining is only one cell thick? Isn't that crazy? So when you have leaky gut, that one cell thing, it should be like a pair of pantyhose. It should be really tightly woven together. But when you have leaky gut syndrome, it's not pantyhose anymore. You got a fishnet going on. Well, of course, that's going to cause a lot of inflammation because you have things getting into places of your body it has no business in being in. Your body can't handle that. So you really need, and by you, I mean me, really need to pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Of course, to avoid refined starches and sugary foods, breads, cakes, cookies, crackers, all that stuff. It tastes good, but it's not good for you. It's just, I'm sorry, it's not. Don't shoot the messenger. Pasta's on that list too, and I like pasta. Um, Sorry, sugar in all forms. This one really sucked for me. I was like, but I don't use sugar. I use maple syrup. Well, you know what? It's still sugar. A nutritionist told me once, and it wasn't like I was seeing a nutritionist, but we were in a Facebook group together, and she said, it's not like your body says, hold up. It's all natural sugar. No, it's just sugar. It's just sugar at the end of the day. So whether you're eating table sugar or maple syrup or brown rice syrup or whatever the hell you're telling yourself is really not as bad, it is. It is. Damn it. It just is. Um, Processed fatty meats. Hot dogs are not your friend. I always like to use hot dogs here because I think hot dogs are kind of gross anyway. Although I do respect the fact that they use most of the parts of the animal. Dairy can be horrifyingly inflammatory for a lot of people. Um, there's a fruit coffee drink that I really like. I really like, but to get it made properly, it has to have dairy in it. I can't substitute. And if I drink it too often, I feel it. It just gives me a headache and I feel sluggish. And yeah, dairy can be a huge trigger. And you know what that means? That does mean cheese. Sorry, guys. That being said, I don't think there's anything wrong with little cheese in moderation. You need to avoid trans fats. A lot of our fancy coffee creamers have trans fats in them. And margarine was listed, and I have to ask: does anybody still eat margarine? Really? I have no idea. I haven't bought that crap since. Actually, margarine started going out of style before I started grocery shopping, so I'm not sure if I've ever bought margarine in my life. But gluten is another thing you should avoid. And here's the thing: you think, okay, I'll avoid wheat, right? Wrong. Gluten is found in many other grains, and I should have made a list, but hey, I'm tired and I didn't. By the way, I'm really proud of myself for only being a few minutes late because I didn't even start my workout until 9:30 this morning because it was a rough freaking night, and I was actually able to go back to sleep this morning finally. So I did. Okay, what can you eat? What the hell can you just took out all the stuff off my food list? What can you eat? Well, you can eat things that are fresh, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. Holy moly! Um, although you need to remember, fruit is still sugar. As somebody put it to me years ago, and I got to tell you, I was kind of mad at her when she told me that. Like, you just shut the hell up. Fruit is like God's candy. Think about it. It's sweet. Of course, it's like candy. I love dates. You know how much sugar is in a date or a banana? It's pretty wild. But fruits and vegetables, you want to aim for a variety. Try to eat the rainbow, they say. The ubiquitous they. Um, Healthy fats, avocados. Fortunately, I really like avocados. Fish oil, not a huge fan, but you know what? You can get a great fish oil supplement. And you can get it in capsules, so you don't even have to taste it. um, Nut butters, cashew butter, almond butter. Things are good for you. They're a lot better for you than, there's nothing wrong with peanut butter. There's not. But get the natural stuff. Don't get if you can't pronounce the ingredients, you probably shouldn't be eating them. You need to eat grass fed beef. Now, I'll be real honest. As an Alaskan, no, I don't do this. I don't do this because you know how freaking horrifyingly expensive that would be for me. I try to eat a lot of game, but here's the catch. Whatever your food has eaten, you're going to end up eating. If your beef has been fattened up on grains, well, you're getting a lot of those same qualities of the grains through the meat. I didn't explain that well, but in a nutshell, what your food eats is what you're eating too, indirectly. You can eat fermented foods, sauerkraut and kimchi, and I used to hate both of those, um, but now I absolutely love good sauerkraut, and I like kimchi, but can't be too hot because I'm very white when it comes to spicy food. But I do like a nicely made kimchi. Oh man, there's a Korean now. Now I'm hungry. There's a Korean restaurant in town, and they don't do it if you get to go orders, unfortunately. But if you go in and sit down, they give you all these cool little dishes of like um, pickled vegetables, and they always give you kimchi. And their kimchi is usually really good because it's not too hot. Um, so what can you expect? You make all these dietary changes. What can you expect? Well, if you have a lot of aches and pains, you can expect a lot of that stuff to clear up. Hopefully. It will at least lessen the intensity and the frequency of your flare ups, which is really important. You're probably going to lose weight, but you know what? Even if you don't, you're going to feel better. And there's your health is invaluable. Health does equal wealth. You don't realize that until yours sucks, unfortunately. But you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to move better. You're going to be able to play with your kids easier. You're going to be able to go do things with your spouse or your friends or whatever it is that makes you happy. Everything's going to be, it's going to be easier for you to move through the world. So of course, you're going to feel better. And it's going to be easier to move through the world because you're going to drop a lot of the inflammation. Anyway, that is all I have. By the way, this hat is very meaningful to me. I have a lot of really freaking fancy ball caps. But this one, Team Iron Will, I should have looked up his dang at. This holds a very special place in my heart. Iron Will is a toddler who has Down syndrome, and his father runs an amazing account on X, which used to be Twitter. Mom does, I think, Instagram or maybe Facebook, but I don't. So I don't know. I don't do Instagram at all, and I don't keep up with Facebook. But um, if you want to support a really good foundation, I highly encourage you to go out to and look for Team Iron Will. And if you are on X, the Resolute Life is the the dad's at. But I didn't, I don't feel good. So I wanted to wear a hat to kind of keep the light out of my eyes a little bit. And when I grabbed the hat, I had to smile. I'm like, okay, get the hell over yourself. Because you know what? That little baby, that little toddler who has incredible challenges, he is so happy and he is so determined. And if he can be in a good mood with all of his challenges, why the hell am I sitting here feeling sorry for myself? So I don't feel good. And there's a lot worse things out there. Anyway, I highly encourage you to check out the Resolute Life if you are on X. Other than that, I will be back Friday at 11 o'clock Alaska time. Y'all take care. Thanks. Bye. Whoops.